Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing the most requested video in the past month or so, but I am finally going to share with you my secrets on Instagram stories. I am sharing with you some of my most favorite apps that I use for Instagram. I've used all of these apps in the past and I really love them, and some of these apps I currently use. I keep changing my Instagram story layouts all the time, and you guys always ask me what I do for my Instagram story. I'm sure that there's someone out there that has already mentioned some of these apps, but these are apps that I actually sit down and research on. Like, I always go into the app store and figure out what new apps have come into the store so that I can download them and test them for myself. So these are apps that I have personally used and know work really well. But let's get into the video. So let's go into this folder, which is where I store all of my apps, editing apps. So the first app that I want to talk about is called Aesthetic. It's right here. You go into the app and the user interface is super easy. All you have to do is press start and click your favorite photo. I'm just gonna click this one. Yep. And then you are presented with all of these presets, which is really awesome. You have so many presets. Now, this app would be great for someone who is a micro influencer, maybe a blogger, maybe you have a different aesthetic, you want to create really highly edited, more filtered posts. The ET02 and AT01 are my favorites. You can also change in the brightness, contrast, vibrance, saturation, stuff like that right here. So, you can bring it down. That will kind of enhance the picture a little bit more. And the best part about this app, which I feel like a lot of people actually miss out on, is the dust filter, which is right here. You have different dust options. I'm not sure how this is picking up on camera, but you can see that there is a little bit of a dust feature going on. This is something that a lot of Instagrammers use, and yeah, I mean, I don't really use this much. I use it very rarely, but I do really like it. You can go into border right here, which has different borders like so. This one's really popular, the one with like the vintage play button. This one's really popular. But you do have some other options as well. I said this app would be great for someone who is a micro influencer, a blogger, basically someone who doesn't want to fuss too much on the Instagram filters itself, because let's be honest, the Instagram filters don't really give you, especially on the stories, they don't really give you that much room to play with as far as creativity goes. For someone who likes these kind of filters, maybe you have a similar filter going on your Instagram as well, so you can maintain that theme on your story if that is your aesthetic. So this app is very fitting for the name, Aesthetic. So yeah, this app is really great. Another favorite of mine, but I don't use it that much, it's called Featured. I rarely use this app. I love the user interface of this one. You can just click new story and then add a photo. I'm gonna maintain the same photo. Wait, no, I lied. Let's do this one. And you can change in different templates. So once you've added your photo, you can change in different templates like so. Let's add another photo right here. Or you can do something like this. You could also click new story, go into templates, add a template. So I'm gonna go with this one. You can add a picture. Just gonna add this one, and that will kind of block this out for you. And then you can change text. My favorite thing about this app is the text. I think the text is really cool. This app would be great for someone who is a photographer, maybe a business, because you can really showcase the product or your subject really well with something like this, because this really focuses on the subject itself, like myself right here. So I mean, and the text is not very disturbing as well. My favorite is this huge block one. I'm just gonna write summer, just for fun, and then bring this down. You can see how that looks. That looks really, really clean. It's to the point. For someone who doesn't really want to mess around with too many vintagey options, I think this would be great. It is a great app for someone who's just starting to look into Instagram story options, and you want to kind of spice things up a little bit, but not too much, not super creative, just kind of, to the point. I think this is a great app. Here are some of my examples. The third app that I want to share with you is called Scroll, or SCRL. It's right here. This app, it would be perfect for business. Let me tell you why. So you have a lot of these templates as well. Again, you have a lot of in-app purchases that you can make. An example. So this one is like a continuing story. I hope that makes sense, but let me just add a couple photos to make better sense of it. So you can add that. We're gonna add this. Let me just adjust. Again, I don't really use this app that much. It's rare that I use this app. Very rarely, actually. By rarely, I mean almost never. But now if I preview this, you can preview it as a video or an image, but I'm going to do video. You can see how that kind of transitions into, like it kind of shows you kind of like a slideshow, I guess. This works really, really great if you are a business, like I said, because you can really showcase products of 3 different angles and then kind of put them in a story like this, and that would be awesome. You can also add text, which are really, really nice. You have a lot of options. So I'm gonna go with chunk and write summer again, just to kind of keep the theme, and add that there. You can change things up. You can also change the color of the background, like the lines in between. I'm gonna show you another template. This one's 2 frames but different photos. This is a really, really awesome app. Like I said, really great for businesses. But again, if you're a photographer, I think this would be great, because again, you can use the same photo in something like this and kind of show the details of your editing really, really well. A lot of room to play with as far as creativity goes. And some of the templates are really easy to use as well. So again, if you're a business, if you're a blogger, photographer, this would be a great app. This is called Spark Post. It's right here. It's by Adobe. Love this app so much. You have a lot of options, like I said, with this one, because you have so many templates, so many templates. If you are a business, this is going to be your best bet, because you have so many freaking templates. Again, you do have a lot of premium options where you have to, buy in app, but I mean, the free stuff is just as good. So really awesome. You can click on different templates, but I usually don't use the templates because these are really very for example, look at this. Like, this is really more of a flyer than an Instagram story. So I actually don't use the templates very often. I just kind of go into this. I don't even know what to say because I love this app so much, but I go into photo library first. Let's do this one. Yeah. The best part about this app is that you can resize different things. So you can have the original image, but also you can have Instagram landscape, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. You can also have YouTube thumbnail. This is what I use for YouTube thumbnail as well. I mean, just giving out secrets right now, but I mean, Etsy covers, Eventbrite, I mean, everything. The sizing is already given here and it's preset, which is really, really awesome. But obviously I'm going to go in with the Instagram story option, which is right here, and you can resize it. And I'm going to click done. Have the logo at the side. All you have to do is remove the logo and double tap to edit the text. I always write the text first, and then you can edit the font. The font is the best part about this app because you have so many options, and from each of the fonts you can actually do regular, italic, bold, black italic. I mean, you have a lot of options. Like I said, I love this app so much. So let's wait a second, let's do this one. This is one of my favorites. It's called Railway, and I like to do the heavy one. And then I'm going to go into the color option. Another great thing about this app is you don't have to choose a particular color, because it already suggests color options based on what kind of picture you have. So because my dress is yellow, it suggests yellow and green, which is really, really great. But you can obviously change different colors, but I'm going to keep it like this. You can change the shape. I hope you guys can see that, but the shape of the font. Let me just change the color, actually, it makes more sense. Yeah, let's do just kind of, yeah, there we go. I mean, like I said, the possibilities are endless with this thing. You can have different effects for the font, and this is just the font. I mean, you can also add filters with this with the picture in app. You can also, this is the best part, if you don't want to spend all this time kind of figuring out where the font goes, where the picture should go, you can just click design, and that will kind of suggest different options that are preset. So if I click this, for example, it will kind of do this business where it will kind of take care of the entire thing. This one's one of my favorites. I used to use this a lot back when I first discovered this app. You can also add your logo, if you have a logo, to add right here. So again, whether you're a business, a blogger, a photographer, whatever you are, I think this app is great because this is very, very user friendly. You have a lot of options, so many designs, different kinds of fonts. I mean, you can do anything and everything with this. You can also change out the layout if you like. You can add a photo here. Like I said, everything can be done with this app, and I really, really love it. And also you can share it directly onto your stories, which is great. So it'll ask you whether it's a story or a feed, and you can just directly add it into your stories, which is really, really nice. These are some of my examples. So I mainly use this app for my food pictures. I get a lot of questions on that, but these are some of my examples. I use a lot of these for my food stories. I do a lot of food stories, by the way. So these are some examples that I use. Really love this app. Awesome app. But the problem with this app is that you cannot add video. So if you are someone who wants to add video into your stories and story layouts, you cannot do that with this app. So that's when I actually figured out or discovered the app called Mojo, which is right here. Absolutely love this app. This is my #1 favorite. This is what I use. Typically, you guys see me use this one in particular. User interface is obviously awesome. You have a lot of templates right here. You have a lot of in-app purchases as well, but I mean, the free stuff that you get on this is just as good. My favorite has to be this one because it's really neat, and you have 2 different pictures that you can add. Again, a lot of creative room. You can add many different things into this one template. So I'm just gonna add 2 pictures. Let's do these 2. When you click this brush tool, it will kind of, show you all the editing options that you can do. So you can change the layout. I mean, there are different layouts that you can choose from. I'm going to keep that as the base for this, but you do have a lot of different layouts that you can choose from, which is great. I'm going to change the background to a yellow. You can also change the duration of it. So if you don't want to use this for your Instagram stories and you want to use it for something else, you can do that as well. Now you can add text, but I'm just going to use this one. I'm going to add summer. And you can change the font size, fonts, which is really awesome. There are different fonts that you can choose from. I'm going to go with condensed, bold, italic, one of my favorites. And then you can go into this feature, which will actually animate your text, which is really the best part about this app. So I'm going to choose this one for fun. Change the color of the font. But you will see that there is a watermark right at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but there is a watermark right here which you can just delete, and that will kind of give you a clean image. I love this app. You can also add in videos, and I'll show you that in just a bit. But right now I'm going to add some music just to show you guys. Oh, there we go. See? Isn't that awesome? That is so cool, right? I'm going to show you some of my examples. So here are stuff that I did recently. Let me go into, here's another one that I did a few months ago. Here's one with a boomerang that I did. I love this app so much, and I bet anybody else will, because you know, you have so much room to create with this thing. I think this is great for any kind of blogger, photographer, whatever you are, just to kind of bring in attention to your posts and kind of spice things up, but at the same time not cover too much of your photo. I mean, this still showcases what I'm trying to convey through my stories, which is really, really great. Those were the 5 apps that I use. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. It was a little bit different than my typical beauty stuff. Stories really do leverage your audience and your growth on Instagram, and not just that, you can actually create a lot of meaningful friendships and meaningful conversations with people who are interested in your stories. So I mean, I think it's worth it to have the creative flair into your Instagram stories. Give this video a thumbs up if you would like me to do a video where I show you all of the in-app tips that you can do on Instagram, because there are so many things that you can do in-app on Instagram without having to download different apps. Because I mean, I'm sure some of you are watching this and being like, I don't have time to sit down and edit something on a different app and then post it back on Instagram stories, which is just going to be there for 24 hours. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.